Hi everybody, Creative Katie, Karen Burchill here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to share with you 5 ways you can jumpstart your art journal page when you only have 10 minutes to spare. Yes, you heard me right, 10 minutes. You're going to need your phone to set the timer. So here's one way you can jumpstart it. Gesso your pages. You have 10 minutes. Grab your pages. These ones came out of a coiled book that I took off the coil, and brush gesso. Set your timer for 10 minutes, and when 10 minutes are up, you are done. You can do pages like this, pages in a book. We're going to see that in a minute. Canvases, anything that you need to gesso. Most of my pages, I need a gesso surface that things work better later. And this is just one less thing that you have to deal with when you start an art journal page. So that's going to cut time off your art journal page. It's also going to save you cleanup time because you have one mess to clean up, one brush to clean up here. And while I didn't do 10 minutes, you can get an awful lot of pages done. And then another thing you're going to save is drawing time. Now, speaking about drawing time, this is a composition book and definitely need to gesso the pages to beef them up because they're pretty thin. So because it's in a book, you have to brush it and dry it. So if you're doing other pages, you can just set that out, or you can take the minute and dry it with a heat tool so that you can turn to the next page. So it takes a little bit of time as well. So that's number one. Now, another way that you can use gesso, this is kind of like 1B, is you could take gesso and put it through a stencil. Can you see the squares? Now, I lost the footage where I actually did this, but all I did was I took the gesso on a makeup sponge, regular gesso, and put it through a stencil. You can go over the entire page. Now, the page here is raw. So the gesso is only through the squares of this stencil. And I'll show you what happens after you colorize this. It's called Gesso Resist, and it adds a layer. So again, you're saving time on drawing, you're saving time. So here's what it is after I've colorized it. Finish that page in an upcoming video. So we have gessoed pages there, and here's one. It has a leafy stencil that I put gesso through. An interesting start to a page. Save cleanup, save drive time. Number 2, brainstorm ideas to go with prompts. Now, you can get a prompt kit set. This one's available at NINNYSNAPKINS.com, 100 pick a prompt cards. And this is something I've created. Or you could just go online, brainstorm a bunch of prompts, and then you could put them in a book. This is my Playing with Prompts book. I'll link that video to show you. And I just have 2 prompts on every page. And then I go through and I brainstorm or do a brain dump of ideas, things that I have in my stash. And then when I'm flipping through and there's enough ideas, I am inspired to do that page. So I'm going to choose one or the other, but this is also a record of all the ideas. So here's what I do. I simply do a brain dump, whatever comes to mind. I can flip through the pages. I can do, a lot on one. You can put sentiments, quotes. You can, if you get a composition. And when you start this, what happens after a while is something clicks in your brain and you just kind of go with it. You get some ideas. Sometimes now every idea that you put down here isn't going to go. This is just putting down the possibilities. And again, I would set the timer for 10 minutes if that's what you have, and go with it. Now here I know I have a lot of napkins. I could even take this and pull the napkins, pull the printables, the stencils, the backgrounds that I think might work and put it in my book. Basically, I'm doing the organizing of the art journal page. So that's taking off all that time from the creation of the page. So here I'm even putting names of stencils down. I have an awful lot of things that would go with Daisy or the theme of Daisy and stuff. And again, this page I'm going to actually finish in a future video. I'd use, this stencil. I was inspired by that coffee filter that had that stencil, so I remembered this stencil. Pull things from your stash, pull them together, or just put the ideas down on paper. This will totally jumpstart your art journal process. And it's a record of ideas. Anything that I don't use in this book, I can use on a different art journal page because this keeps track of all my stuff. So check out this video where I set up my prompt journal. Now, if you don't want a prompt journal, you can just add a little composition book. It could be a piece of scrap paper. Who are we kidding? And you can just write it down. The key is set your timer and go. Number 3, you're going to need your laptop or computer and your Word program. And what we're going to do is set some script text printables, that collage papers that we can use. Now, you can go to dafont.com and get some different fonts. That's where I've gotten. This is CF Nilsson, and it's kind of an old English font. This one is the same one, just with numbers in it. You can download foreign languages. These are Japanese or Chinese symbols that I can rip apart and use as collage papers. You can just do numbers in different fonts. So I just typed out the numbers and then I went and I changed the different fonts. Now you have a lot of fonts on your Word program. But if you don't, you can go to dafont.com. This is Edwardian script. And I just typed out actual real words. And then once I had those words, this is Mistral, I just changed the font, changed the side, and I got it in 3 different fonts that I can use. And this one, all I did here was I typed random letters. There's not even words here, but look at that lovely, lovely, lovely script. Wouldn't that look great? Back to words here, 3 times recycled. A great way to get some script collage papers. Speaking of collage papers, this is my gel prints. I've got some in file folders, and then I have that bin on the left that I keep close at hand. This just has a sampling of my collage papers, and I swap that out periodically so I have different ones. So we're going to do 2 things with these collage papers gel prints. You're going to flip through the folder, the bin, what have you, and pull things that might go together. You want to move fairly quickly. Again, set the timer. You don't want to overthink this. I like how that dark print goes with that kind of tissue paper, and that one goes. And you're just pulling things, and then your brain might be thinking of things in your stash that also might go with this, including focal images or printables. Whatever you come up with is just the jump start of it. So there I pulled a coffee filter that I had, some scrapbook paper. I'm liking the dark, the light, the scrapbook paper, even some things from a Stamperia scrapbook. There might be focal image. These are, again, the possibilities. And I'm just going to clip them together and I'm going to leave them close at hand. So when I go to start an art journal session, I can look at what I have assembled here, and that might inspire me, set me on a color scheme, set me on a focal image, what have you. Remember, we're just doing things to jumpstart our process. Oh, I thought I grabbed some music paper there. I think that'll go well together. Who knows? Maybe a future page. Here's another go together. I have 3 gel print papers and I like how they play off of each other. Ooh, maybe the napkin goes with that. These are things that I just have in my stash and I'm pulling them and I'm thinking, would they go together? I like those right in the middle section. Oh, the possibilities. You see how this goes. But again, you do not want to get too many of these. You want to get, that's why I'm recommending setting the timer. The goal is to have these at hand to jumpstart your art journal process, not make a pile of things that you're just storing. So you never want to make more than what you can actually use. And I'm just additioning things. Move fast. And by setting that timer, it kind of switches your brain into automatic, intuitive. Oh, I like that. Again, possibilities. And I'm clipping this together. And I have a couple packs here ready to go. Now, this page, I did just that. I assembled a group of things that were on my desk and they made that lovely page. That video is coming soon. So we have 1, 2 sets and oh, that page goes in there as well. And I actually made a third one. If they don't get used, I'm just going to file them back. In a month or so, I'm going to just file them back in my folders, in my bins. Nothing's lost. Remember, we're just getting possibilities. So the other thing that you can do as you are flipping through, and maybe this is another 10-minute session, you're going to look for pages, gel prints that are almost done or done. The completely done ones I call Insta backgrounds because basically you put it on and you just add the focal image and a sentiment and you're done. And some of these could be that, or I'm going to add a couple more layers and a sentiment. So, ooh, that could be a go together here. No, we're not working on go togethers right now, Karen, but you see how that works. You're just flipping and just intuitively putting things together. So I just pulled 3 papers and then I am going to take these and glue them down on some art journal mixed media paper. This is Canson Mixed Media. This is my 7x10. And I'm going to glue them down onto the paper. Oops, I guess I put this page first. So there are the 3 pages. And how did I glue them down? I just cut off some of the white and glued it down with my fluid matte medium. Gel medium might work better. So again, because I now have these 3 backgrounds that are either Insta backgrounds, completely done, or the good couple layers into the process. Now my color scheme will be set here, but I can definitely be adding some script on there, some stamping, some collage, maybe some texture paste. But I've got a couple of the steps already done. And because I'm gluing everything down, I have 1 brush to clean up, 1 mess to clean up, and it's all completely dried. So I'm saving drying time as well. And I love that because these are the things like when you start out and you go, oh, but I have to gesso the page. Oh, but I have to look for the gel print. So these jump starts, these 10-minute jump starts, are just that. It's to get you in motion, get you a little bit ahead of the game, kind of an advantage, so to speak. Now, again, do not do too many of these. The goal is to have only as much as you're actually using. So I believe this is number 5, is using your stamps and doing some stamping. Now, I am the world's worst stamper, and often it's like, oh, I would love this Julie Nutting doll, or I would love this flower, but I am too lazy to pull out my stamp platform, stamp it out. So I like to have those on hand. Take your archival ink, use the re-inker, grab some stamps. Now, I grabbed two different kinds of stamps here. Ones that I know I'm going to use, like Julie Nutting dolls. I use them a lot. I also use the crazy dogs, birds, cats. And then I'm grabbing some of my stamps that I don't use that often. And I'm just going to spend that time stamping. I have everything out again. I don't have to clean it up twice. And I'm going to have this in my stash. It's just that much more likely that I'm going to use them when I have them at the ready. Make sense? Now you can have another 10-minute where you cut these out, but I typically don't cut them out until I'm more using them. I like to just keep them on the sheets. Now these, the gessoed sheets, the collage papers, all that, I keep in a bin that is within arm's reach of where I am creating. I don't want to file any of this that I am creating in these 10 minutes too far away. I want them handy. They are the work in progress bin, the go-to bin. That's where I'm going to go flip through there and I have a start, whether it's just the gesso page, the background, collage papers. In fact, I could use all the different ones. Now, each of these 5 ways you could do in 10 minutes. Are there something else that you can do that you can set yourself up to jumpstart your art journal process? Share with everybody else in the comment section below. Which of these would you use? Let me know in the comment section. So a lot of the things here that you see me stamping, making, are things that I'm going to keep within arm's reach, and I am going to turn into art journal mixed media projects in the upcoming days, weeks, months. They are going to be right at hand, close at hand, because we know if it's too far away, we don't remember we have it. I like using the birds here, the cats, the dogs, the Julie Nutting dolls. I use them a lot because when I'm creating and I'm not really too inspired, they're a good, quick go-to. Butterflies, dragonflies, the things that you know you're going to use multiples of. And I'm limiting myself to how much I'm doing because, again, the goal is to use it, not to store it. So let me know which one of these you can easily incorporate it. And let me know if you come up with any other ways to jumpstart your art journal journey. Until next time, go get creative.